Another thing that you're going to have to do before you start using the program is set up a layout for your program to have it look like what you want it to. I have a custom one. You can download some that they have, and I'll leave links on the right hand side right there in that bar. Mine's custom. I created it in Photoshop. I just downloaded a few images and put them in Photoshop. I made this background with these little boxes in it. You don't have to do that. I did. But basically, if you create your own, you're going to create the image file and then go to your Mamewah folder and go to layoutdesigner.exe, and it'll have all your layouts right here. And if I put a background in here, I want to show you. Can you see how all these things are all grayed out? Basically what you do is just make them to the size that you need them to be. So I need it sized to the box that I have. And also I want my game list indicator right here. So just make them to the size that you want to be. And once they're in the right size and in the right place that you need it, go to Object Properties and click Transparent for each box. Click on the box and then click Transparent so you can see through it, or else you won't be able to see your background. I'm going to show you the one that I already made. This is a different background because when I first created it, I used a different background. So go to Image and then pick your main, and then it's just like that. I have, see my artwork image over here is for the snapshot. The snapshot of the game will show up right here. So see, I have it set up all right there for the snapshot. The game selected will be the game title. Game description will show up right here. You're in manufacturer. And these are all set to transparent. So once you set that up, you can create an options form. I have a custom one that I made to match my background. You can create a message form also. This will show up when you're loading a game or if you have an error. So just basically set that up the same way as the other one. And then you save it, and it'll be called layout.lay. So once you have that set up, you'll have the look of your emulator all set up. So go back to your config folder and whatever emulator you just set up, make sure your layout is in this folder. See, I have layout.lay right here. And then you're also going to have your pictures for whatever you have. You have your main background, you have your options, and your message menus right here. So you just put these pictures in here. I use PNGs because they look better. Your main PNG, that's for your main background. They all have to be in the same folder as the layout file. So go back once you have all that stuff in there, and everything will show up once you go into Mamewah. So go ahead and double click on Mamewah now. You can see I have music and stuff set up to play through this, and that was just in the music path in the INI. I have the images set up to show right here. These are all in my snapshots folder, so if it has an image in there and they use the same name, it'll show up on the right hand side right there. When you first start, you're not going to have this list on the left. What you'll have to do is press your number 2 key to go to your options, go down to your game list options and press number 1 key, which will select it, and go down to generate list and press your number 1 key, which will select that, and it'll create the list over here on the left hand side that I'm going through. So until you do that, you won't have anything on the left hand side. You can switch through emulators by using, you can use your little, the period key or your comma key. That'll go back and forth. I have it set up so I can only use my period key, which will go, it'll go to the next emulator, not the previous emulator. because of the way I have these sounds set up to play when you change emulators. It says the name of the emulator. So basically, set up like that, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Just go down to a game that you want to play. I'll go down to Legend of Zelda and hit 1 or your select key, whatever you use for it, and it'll load up the game. Load up your emulator right there, and you can go ahead and play the game from here. So you can play your game from there. And basically, that's all you have to do to start playing the game. I'm going to go ahead and exit this back to the Mamewah menu by holding Alt F4, and that'll take me back there. You can set it up to however you want to quit your emulator and to go through this. I'm going to go ahead and exit Mamewah by hitting Escape. You can also set that up to be whatever key you want.